One here, and back with another Pokemon Go video, and back at the park once again, back at Red Bank Park, you know, just chilling, hanging out. But yeah, I know what you guys are thinking, you know, we were just at Red Bank Park, what was it, the previous 2 videos? Definitely gotta start looking for more exotic places to shoot videos, but hey, you're out of the office, so, you know, that's a thing, that's a start, you know? But yeah, gotta look for more exotic places to shoot videos. Who knows, maybe a Philadelphia video with reversal. Hey. Yeah, but guys, that's probably not gonna happen, but so now in today's video, we're gonna be talking about a topic that I think a lot of people have overlooked, since we are awaiting the arrival of Generation 3 and brand new Pokemon confirmed to be coming to Pokemon Go. So as we await the impending release of Generation 3, we're going to talk about the raid bosses. Alright? They gotta be swapped out. Let's discuss this. So taking a look at all of the raid bosses we have right now, let's go over what we currently have. So we've got the starter Pokemon for the level 1, we've got tier 2, we got Muck, Exeggutor, Weezing, Electabuzz, which I just caught, and we have Magmar, as I continue to miss this Venonat. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a berry right here. So, tier 3, we've got Arcanine, Alakazam, Machamp, Gengar, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. And then for level 4 raids, being the most difficult, we have Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Rhydon, Lapras, Snorlax, and Tyranitar. So those are our current raid bosses. But when Generation 3 drops, which may be as soon as after the Halloween event, we're going to have our raid bosses swapped out. You know, there's no way in the world Niantic is going to have a brand new generation dropped and we're going to have the same raid bosses all the time. Let's discuss the raid boss swap, and I'm going to give my input on what raid bosses I think should serve as Generation 3 raid bosses. And guys, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to drop a comment. What Pokemon from Generation 3 do you guys think should be raid bosses? Go ahead and do your research on the encyclopedia of Generation 3 because it's coming very soon. If not by the end of this month, then definitely by very early spring. We're talking like the end of February, about the time they dropped Generation 2. I'm gonna go tier by tier and give you guys my recommendations, my suggestions to Niantic about what raid bosses should be swapped out for Generation 3. We'll start with tier number 1. So Magikarp. I'm definitely thinking Magikarp should be swapped out with Feebas. And, you know, that will definitely be very helpful when it comes to getting Milotic, because I imagine Milotic is going to be pretty hard to come by. I don't think that Feebas is going to spawn as... frequently as Magikarp. So I'm thinking Feebas, a potential raid boss. You know, if they want, they could have Grovyle, they could have Combuskin, and they can have Marshtomp as raid bosses as well. They could have the starters, but you know, why be so generic? You know, you could have Linoone, you could have Mightyena. Mightyena could actually serve as perhaps a tier 2 raid boss, but definitely either Poochyena or Mightyena. You could have Lombre, that would be a little bit creative. And there's a lot of other Pokemon that could serve as level 1 raid bosses. So, again, that's going to do for the first part. So, in the next segment, we're going to go and catch some more Pokemon. And I'm going to go and give my suggestions for Pokemon in the second tier. So, the second tier Pokemon, you know, what kind of Pokemon do you think should be in that tier? So, we have Muck. Again, we have Muck, Exeggutor, Weezing, Electabuzz, and Magmar. So, now I'm going to go in depth into the Generation 3 Pokemon Encyclopedia to try and find out what type of raid bosses should be most appropriate. Alright guys, so I'm looking at Generation 3 Pokemon a little bit right now. So, I'm looking at the current bosses we have. So, I'm thinking for tier 2 raids, keep Muck, keep Exeggutor, replace Weezing, and replace Electabuzz, and replace Magmar. Replace Electabuzz with Lairon. Lairon coming in a max CP of 2004, an extremely high defense stat of 240, an attack stat of 158. That would be a pretty good Pokemon, and it's going to be great for getting Aggron. But Sharpedo, actually no, Sharpedo is an excellent choice. Definitely make Sharpedo a level 2 raid boss. I think Sharpedo is very fitting, as well as Camerupt. I think Camerupt can serve as either a level 2 or 3. So, in conclusion, replace Weezing with Swellow, replace Electabuzz with Sharpedo, and you know, potentially you could replace Magmar with Lairon, or you could replace it with Torkoal or Camerupt. So, let's go to level 3. Let's go to tier 3 raid bosses. We got Arcanine, Alakazam, Machamp, Gengar, and Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. So, guys, what we want to do here is I'm thinking replace Arcanine with Flygon. You can swap Arcanine out with Flygon. Swap out Alakazam with Altaria. And swap out Machamp with Hariyama. I think that is a pretty awesome raid tier boss. So now you would have a good mixture of Generation 3 Pokemon as well as a mixture of Generation 1 Pokemon. So keep Vaporeon, keep Jolteon, keep Flareon. Actually, no. You know what? We may want to replace Jolteon and Flareon, but you know what? Let's replace Jolteon and Flareon with, you know what? Let's replace them with Ursaring, and let's replace Jolteon with Donphan. That'd be pretty awesome. So, again, I'm going to display my suggestions for level 3 raid bosses down below so you guys can take a closer look as we move on to tier 4. So, tier 4, we've got Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Rhydon, Lapras, Snorlax, and Tyranitar. You know, our usual meta titans. Well, not really. The starter Pokemon aren't meta titans, but Rhydon, Lapras, Snorlax, Tyranitar, very useful in the current state of the metagame. So, I'm thinking for those guys. Alright, so tier 4, replace Venusaur with Claydol, replace Charizard with Walrein. Replace Charizard with Walrein, that's awesome. I'm going out on a limb here, but perhaps Wailord. And replace Rhydon with Aggron, and Aggron is going to be a titan in this metagame. Let's go take a look at Aggron statistically and see what he has to offer. Aggron coming in at a max CP of 3004. An attack stat of 198, a defense stat of 314, stamina stat of 140. So, Aggron definitely going to be one of the tanks of Pokemon Go. So now, we got Lapras, Snorlax, and Tyranitar. Let's replace them with some other Johto Pokemon. Or you know what? Honestly, what I think Niantic is going to do with this is you're going to have the Hoenn region starter Pokemon replace them. So you're going to have Blaziken, which has a max CP of 2,631. You're going to have Swampert, which has a max CP of 2,815. One of the highest max CPs in the game. You got an attack stat of 208, defense stat of 175, a stamina stat of about 200. So then replacing those raid bosses, again, would be Sceptile, a max CP of 2,584. And he's got an attack stat of 223, defense stat of 180, a stamina stat of 140. So pretty decent stats all around for these starter Pokemon. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to what Niantic has in store when these raid bosses swap. Because I know we have a raid boss swap impending. And I know it's definitely coming to Pokemon Go. It's just when they want to implement it. I honestly think that they should wait a couple of months, at least 4 to 6 months before swapping out the raid bosses. So everything is still fresh, you know. We don't want to diminish the value of any of these Pokemon so early when the generation is released. You know, if any Niantic representatives are watching this video, please take note that, you know, the Pokemon Metagross and Salamence, they should not be raid bosses in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, because those are special spawns, you know. Once Tyranitar became a raid boss, it diminished its value. A Tyranitar spawn is not nearly as special as it used to be. And then you can make the case that a Dragonite spawn isn't as special as it used to be, but still it has its value. But, you know, nobody really cares about a wild Tyranitar spawn anymore since so many people have high IV Tyranitars at this point. So, again, I really hope Niantic preserves the value of a lot of the strong meta Pokemon that are coming into Pokemon Go. and you know, I'm excited for the future. So guys, drop a comment on what Pokemon do you think should be in the raid system, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. This is DX1 signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.